Hey guys, here's some feedback bit information for you. This is our 120 Prado, and these batteries have been in here since 2015, early 15. So they're well over 5 years old. As I've said previously in other videos, if you've been watching, they are well looked after, but they're also well hammered. And that is, they do get hammered, particularly the blue one with the cycling, the running fridges 24/7, 365 days a year. Now, when the vehicle's parked, we do put on an AC charger to look after the battery, but it has been cycled many times, I'll say hundreds of times over the years, for at least 2 days, okay, where it's been run down to 12 volts sort of thing, a number of times. Now, we've got some really awesome stories we've heard about Optimas and our own experiences. That's why we stick with them. These have been hammered up and down so many tracks and outback corrugated tracks, and still reliable. If you've watched any videos recently, this red top cranks like crazy, but I've sort of said, I know the average life of a battery is 4 years, okay, so they're over 5 years. I wanted to push them out to 10. I still feel that this one's really good. Certainly nothing wrong with it. If someone wants to continue the R&D, someone that doesn't go to remote places like I do, these batteries will be going cheap. But look, at the end of the day, it's time for us to make contact with Every Battery Heidelberg and get a couple of replacements. And unless the latest information is any different to what I still believe and like, I'll be replacing with 2 exactly the same batteries. Now, what I've noticed lately is, particularly, and I've noticed it, I've got to say, I've noticed a change over the last couple of years. So from about, from about 3 years old, I noticed that this blue one here, it wasn't like new, okay? Now this red one still cranks really well, but I've noticed the sound isn't as good as what it was, say, over the last 6 months. So I'd say it was really good for 4 or 5 years. It's still awesome. It's still better than a lot of the other batteries that seem cheaper, but they're actually dearer because you've got to do them 2 or 3 times in the same lifespan as this, right? So this is a good battery. I don't want to get rid of it. It's a waste, you know? So, but then, knowing the remote places we travel to, I want to make sure I've got fresh batteries every 5 years. So they are getting replaced. We're going to talk to the boys at Every Battery at Heidelberg. We're going to get a couple more, unless they say, okay, we got this technology now. If something changes, then we'll put different technology in the vehicle and we'll let you know what it is. But just to give you a bit of feedback, for the last week or two, I've had the fridge switched off for the first time in its lifetime, really, which is longer than these batteries. It's been switched off, so there's no load on this auxiliary battery other than a number of, got a couple of voltmeters and USB points that have got lights on them in the car and also in the back. You know what, let's go to the back and have a look at those. Let's do that. We've got that USB point there that's always on. It doesn't have lights on it, but I'm not sure if that uses anything. And of course, we've got this one here that you can see it's got a blue light there, so I'm not too sure if that uses much. And also, in the back here, we've got, of course, we've got that little light on the plug of the fridge that uses a bit of juice. Okay, not much, of course. There might be some standby. We've got some other plugs. Maybe there's something else there. There's a chance this charger could be sucking power out of the battery as well. I should take that into account because I've got a charger there permanently connected, and when it's not plugged in, I'm just wondering if there's any chance that it could. Yeah, I don't think so, but there's a chance. Okay, we've got quite a few USB. So we've got these USB. You can see the little LED light there, and further down the back there you can see that blue LED light plus the voltmeter. Now, give you a little bit of feedback again. You can obviously see currently on 12.6. I'll say it again, a good battery sitting should be between 12.65 and 12.8 or more. Now, you've got to allow for charge voltage. So obviously if you've just charged it or it's just been driven, it's going to be higher than that. So it needs to settle, and it depends what charging and how long and what batteries as to how long it needs to settle. So my best rule of thumb is, if you charge a battery one day, let it sit overnight with no load and check the voltage the next day, and it'll give you an idea of what a fair voltage and if it's right. Now with this one, I know when the Optimas were new and other batteries, I know they quite often sit around the 13. This vehicle, okay, so the battery had previously been charged. I'm just trying to remember what day it was charged. So they have been AC charged. This vehicle was driven today for approximately half an hour, which is enough to really top up that battery. And with no load, I would like to see that sitting at least 12.8, if not 12.9. That's kind of my battery test. Now, there's nothing wrong with this battery, don't get me wrong. It could last another 5 years. It'll run the fridge and whatever. But I've noticed sitting there, by tomorrow, this could be on 12.5, 4 or 3 or 2 or anything. So what I'll do, if I remember, I'll actually make another video tomorrow. We'll join all these little segments up so that you can see what's going on, because with no load, this should be able to stay at 12.8, at least 12.7 overnight, etc. And you'll see it drop, and that tells me that, look, I'm not 100% sure about the load, but this is the point of the test, right? If I replace it with an exact same Optima battery, then bada bing, we know that the new one is much better than the old one. But it could end up like those bonnet struts. Did you see that video? You know, I'll sort of go on this bonnet, it wasn't bad, it wasn't falling down. But as I said, I like to look for things to replace as preventive maintenance based on the most common things I see replaced or needing replaced on these cars. So I went for the bonnet struts, I went for genuine, because you know I like the genuine, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. The genuine, I'll just add in there, they are, what's that brand? Bloody, I've forgotten. KYB, right? The genuines are KYBs, which is a good brand. Maybe because they're old, they degassed a little bit. Maybe that's how genuine's meant to be, I don't know. But my point is, in this case, I'm going to get another battery so that we can do a dead set comparison to this one. So, but what I'll try and do is try and show you this voltage again in the morning just quickly. We'll get a new Optima in there, and we'll either have 2 separate videos. So if you haven't, just subscribe and turn that bell on so that you can see the next video when it comes along and compare. This is the replacement Optima. Look what's happening now. We'll give it the same charge, the same drive. We'll pop the bonnet. We'll show you how it looks the same, and we'll come and look at these voltages. And bada bing, you can go, hey, guess what? There was nothing wrong with his Optima. He had some other power draw going on. These little blue lights and whatever were draining the battery down slowly. Right, another one over here, you know, whatever. And the fridge is plugged in, you know, green lights over there. And now there's a few around, and I'm going to be completely honest here. When I put that USB one in the vehicle with the blue light, I noticed straight away that's when the Optima stopped being a 13 volt battery. It was more of a 12.8 volt battery, okay? So there's a good chance, but so look, you know, I could disconnect the battery and see what the voltage stays at, but that would be too smart. I'd rather just put a new battery, because as I said, you know, it's well past its use by date based on averages. I hear these stories about Optimas lasting 10 years, and I know from reliable sources that they have, but to find lasting, I mean, it might be really old, it might start a car even, but the reserve capacity, I'll give you an example. Instead of running a fridge in a particular condition for 40 hours, it might only run the fridge for say 10 hours, right? So your capacity's down, your cycling capacity, right? So I believe that's what's happened. I could be wrong. Stay tuned, more information, and we'll let you know what the conclusion is one way or the other. And if I forget, you can ask in the comments, and we'll do one of those quick Q&A, you know, things, and answer those questions. So if you got questions, guys, put it in the comments. Try and keep it short and simple, straight to the point, so that when I go through and do Q&As, we've got a quick answer for you. You know what I mean? Quick question, quick answer. They're the ones that will most likely get answered. They're going to be clear, short, concise, bada bing, not like me, not long, because we haven't got time doing a quick Q&A. We need a quick question with a quick answer. All right. Let's get some new Optimas, I think. Before we go, I just want to clear up a bit of other information. So yeah, these went in 2015, and I believe that's already when Johnson Controls took over Optima, and they're already made in Mexico. So for people thinking, oh, then they went to Mexico and they're crap, the only reason why his were good is because it was before that. Wrong, okay, wrong. Okay, these are the ones made in Mexico, right? There's another sticker there, made in Mexico. Bloody awesome batteries, right? So careful what rumours you hear online. I still like them. I've got lots of people follow my information and use these as well. There is a couple of guys, I'll say, there is, Will's put a comment there that his red one from the start was low 12s. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it's an old stock in a shop that was sitting around low, or the alternator's not working. I don't know what's going on there, but it certainly shouldn't be the case. And even this one we noticed was getting low. We did a video that included that. That's what I'm talking about. And I haven't checked it again right now. Perhaps I should do that, eh? Let's do that. It only took a second to get this hooked up, and as you can see, 12.64 volts, which is pretty good. So It's certainly not super low. For whatever reason, the other day sitting there, maybe I had the doors open and drained the battery a little bit. But so based on my 12.65 to 12.8 indication, this is at the bottom end of a good battery. And I demonstrated in other videos how well it starts the car. And this is a battery that has been sitting for many hours. So there's no reason why yours shouldn't be at least 12.65. I'd expect higher than that. You can see it's even flicking on 12.65. If it's not 5 years old, this one's over 5 years old. It's been absolutely hammered. Now, I mentioned also, if you have a problem with one of these red batteries and you've got a winch, see, look here, no winch, right? No winch, no problem. These are not designed for deep cycle. If you're going to do a lot of winching, you want to put 2 of these in, or use yellow tops. Yellows and blues are the same, it's just different color, and you've got those extra terminals on the top of the blue for marine, okay? You can, whatever you like, blue, yellow, combination, any combination of these, but rest assured, you want the red top. See, it's got the black case. The deep cycling batteries have got a light grey case like that, see that? Light grey for the deep cycle, black, red tops for cranking. These have got higher cranking amps, right? You'll find this one something like 800 CCA, right? Even a bit higher. I think that sticker under there says 810 or something. You can see this sticker here. This is actually a Century sticker, because these batteries were sourced from Century, and they obviously rate, or you can see it says CCA 800, and you'll find the other one 750. Let's go and have a look, right? See, 750. They're different batteries, guys. This one's for your deep cycle. It can also start the car, no problem. This one can start the car. It's no good for deep cycle. Let's have a look at the reserve capacity. 120, 55, okay, right, yep. Over here, reserve capacity, 150. So you can see how the CCA is higher and the reserve capacity is lower. It's a different battery. Hope you got something out of that. I think we'll put a separate video for the replacement batteries, so make a mental note of what all the voltages are. Front and rear, both batteries are around about the 12.6 after having basically no load, being AC charged, being sat to relax for at least a day, then driven for half an hour, and then settled for many hours. It hasn't been driven for hours, this vehicle. This is what we're looking at, 12.65 at the front and about 12.6 or so. It could be a bit, you know, that voltmeter. They are accurate, but of course it only goes in increments of 0.1. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you got something out of that, thumbs up, subscribe, turn the bell on, and we'll have that information for you regarding the replacements in the next video. Bada bing, bada boom. See ya.